Hello there and welcome to another episode of the Man Podcast. We're back with another one. The clowns are back and I'm super excited. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. My name is Tatenda, back as the one that is always making sure that this room has got some sort of goodness and some sort of calmness to it. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's a different setup and for once I'm in front of the camera and these clowns are here. I don't even know where they were. And shortly they're going to let us know where they've been. The join button that is on the side here is there to ensure that you help us to do what we do. So for a little bit of amounts that are coming in, that's how you're going to get more equipment and make sure that everything that we do comes out as professional as much as we possibly can. And these guys are going to keep on clowning and clowning and clowning. Anyway, gents.
Welcome to the Man Podcast, where your mind truly matters. We're your hosts, Tatenda and Rudi. Here, we tackle life's challenges, foster resilience, and promote wellness. Each episode promises to make a difference, one viewer at a time. Buckle up for a journey of enlightenment, because in the world of man, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Stay tuned.
Good evening.
How's it?
The last time Tryston was here, he looked like me.
Bald?
But now he's
I've never been
like
bald.
that to
I'm
me.
not Krillin.
Oh, yeah, not bald, but yeah. How are you, mate?
I'm okay.
Long time no see, right? It's November, you see the mustaches. I get it,
The
yeah.
stashes will grow here.
Yeah. Ruth, how are you, bro?
I'm not saying I'm fine, I'm great. Phenomenal. Looking beautiful, feeling beautiful. Just as beautiful as Tryston.
Tryston, who told you you're beautiful, but they lied to you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry, it goes for you too, brother.
It doesn't hurt, man.
Yeah. Words of a feather.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Anyway, gents, back to another one. And,
He didn't expect it to be thrown back at him, did he?
but you know how it is, like, when you get a good ball, you just
This
go,
is
wow,
awesome.
okay, good ball, man, good ball.
Huge bag.
These gents are drinking green drinks, I'm drinking a blue drink. I don't know if it goes with the color of our skin or what, but all I'm just saying is, we're chatting about gentlemen. But before we get into that, Terran Fringe, okay, so I get into WhatsApp and I see a status that says until men and women become more and more open to one another or more inclined to say what exactly is on their mind, we're never going to get love, or the love journey or love game is always going to be tough. I sent it to you guys on WhatsApp. What's your take on that statement?
Rudy.
When you sent it, it was quite strange how the world works. So when you sent it to me, it was probably a day after Kales and I had a good chat. And it's not like, we weren't fighting or anything like that, but there was something on my mind that I needed to sort of get out. And she was asking me, she's like, why are you fighting? And I'm like, I'm not fighting, it's just, this has sort of led me to the point where I just wanted to get something out and talk about it. And I found one conversation that allowed me to open up about something else that was bothering me. And for the first time in quite a few years, whether it's our relationship that has grown, matured, or whatever, we were able to talk about it without having to argue about it. And it was quite nice to firstly get it out, because I was able to go to bed not going, I wish I had said that, or I wish I said this, or a lot of times when you're fighting or having confrontation with a person, you will talk about something and be like, I'm going to say that if that person says that. You're always thinking about a counter. But at no point did I feel like I had to defend or anything. It was just able to get out. So for me, in any relation that you have, whether it's a friendship, whatever, communication is obviously key, but I think being able to feel vulnerable, being able to feel open, and being able to just have raw honesty with a person will make any relationship thrive.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and that really did resonate with the situation I had the day before.
I like what you said when you said whenever we sit down as partners or we sit down in a relationship, whenever your partner says something, you always want to find a counter.
Yeah.
You are saying I'm weak, so no, I'm not weak because you did this, that's why I felt like I was weak. Why is it that every time we're in a relationship, we always kind of feel like we are fighting against each other? When in fact, when certain issues are being put on the table, is to help the betterment of the actual relationship.
I think it's a fear of a fight. To be honest with you, the last thing you want to do is get in a fight with a person.
Do you think it's the fear, or do you think it's, I think I'm slightly loud, or do you think it's actually, there we go, that's better, or do you think it's actually more that we kind of, oftentimes, especially when we don't feel close, we fight because we feel distant, so we're shouting at each other in like our souls.
I just don't want to lose the fight, bro.
100%.
I don't want to lose it. I'm being honest, I don't want to lose the fight.
That's an issue in most relationships.
Most people don't lose a fight,
Yeah,
but I think
yeah.
often just as people, if I say this bothers me, we look at a situation as there's a fault, and a fault is you're the problem, and a problem means that I have to defend myself or excuse it or give a reason.
Or justify whatever.
It was, even if it was unintentional, and then that leads to fights. So often, like I find myself and Kid in our relationship, if we are talking about something, or she brings something up, or I bring something up, it often then comes to like, no, but you're saying this, or a generalized comment. And I think it's not intended that way, but it happens because you don't want to hurt the person. So when they say, this is annoying me, whatever, it's hurting me, we then go, oh no, I've done wrong, so I need to now defend what I did and that it wasn't wrong, even though you understand the person's feelings are valid.
Yeah.
Or maybe we take it personally.
Yes.
We do.
We take it personally where she's upset because she's telling me it must be my
That
fault.
means it's me.
It must be my fault.
So now I have to find ways to try and explain to her that no, I didn't because.
And I think exactly like Tash is saying, being more open. So that thing that you sent for me was more like just kind of, it's very important, because when you are open and you're having conversations where it's like, actually the fact that some generalized comments in a relationship, like, I'm just going to make up something, really, you didn't take out the trash yesterday and you've forgotten it 6 times in the last 6 months, which means you've done it. You've done it 18 times, but out of 24 you've missed 6. You're still doing it 75% of the time.
Oh, yeah,
and then you get told.
Yes, now you bring it that way. Yeah.
No. But then you get told that you never do it.
Yeah, that's the worst.
But
But you do it 75% of the time.
Yeah.
You then go, but I don't never do it, because you get thrown a blanket statement, even though the feeling of you not actually doing your job is fair. The statement thrown at you then goes,
So you're trying to defend the statement, not the
you're defending yourself. You're not actually, you know that that's false, but you don't look at it with clarity because it's thrown as an attack, and because neither of you are open about your relationship, saying you're going, I've messed up, I know I do it once a month, whatever, but that 1 week in a month is actually most difficult for me, and you never say it. You just forget to do it.
Yeah.
Then on the other side, they're not telling you that one time you're not doing it really annoys them, because they expect you to do it every week.
Yeah.
And then it comes out as you never do it, even though over the year you've only missed it once a month.
But isn't it that whenever you do something right, that's why they say, like social media and cancel culture, you can be doing great. Like literally you are helping the poor. Exactly.
Great.
Then in December it just happens that someone cuts you off in traffic and you scream.
Yeah, you let go.
They're like, nah, Rudi is nonsense. Did you see that?
Yeah.
All those things that he helps people is because he's just trying to put
Unfortunately, the celebrities get that.
Yeah, a lot.
But again, that's the openness, I think, especially in our relationship.
Can you open that, Rudi, so long so that we actually read what the statement says,
Sure.
so long when, as Tryston keeps on giving us his...
No, that's for me kind of what it boiled down to, because without it, what happens is you don't speak about where you are, and you end up in fights about something that is not a fight. You're trying to find.
But like what you said earlier, that a lot of times when we are talking, we want to chase this word we are fighting. But in actual fact, if you put down on the table that I don't like how you greet me in the morning, I don't like how you fetch me at work, I don't like how you respond to me when I'm in this situation, we always kind of feel like we are fighting. But in actual fact, if relationships were to be open and not speak about the word fighting, it's going to be easier for us to explore more options and say, oh, okay, this is what you're saying is going through. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're looking for a fight. Same way again, if we stop looking at it as we're being attacked, we'll never have a reason to defend.
Yeah. So the statements or the status that you saw says, until men and women start having honest conversations about who they truly are, what demons they battle with, where they lack and what they truly want, love will continue to be a temporary emotion. Honesty and communication are key. Stop being afraid to speak on where you are.
Speaking of that, it's so funny that I was going through Facebook reels, and it says women want 7 things. Men do 7 things that women don't like. If you talk too much, they don't like it. If you talk less, they don't like it. If you're too emotional, they don't like it. If you're not emotional, they don't like it. So you kind of feel like, how do we win in this game? Because clearly, no one knows the answers.
No.
But I think again,
Or is it because we don't know each other,
but we do
individually before I can say my partner, or this is who I am, and I'm presenting myself?
I don't know, for me, I think, we're saying we're going to talk about gentlemen. So when to factor that into what we're talking about, it's very difficult to be a gentleman or a man who can be who he needs to be for his partner without being open and honest about where he is, and his partner being open and honest about what they need. And I think the part about that's very important is that a gentleman, compared to just a man, a gentleman is open to that conversation about where he lacks and about where he can improve and about what he can do to improve, whereas a man thinks he's a man, so he's right.
That's
the end of it.
Yeah, that's the end of it. I'm a man.
I think also a lot of it like sort of starts and ends with respect, because like you said, a man will have one set of goals, values, whatever he has, and that is the only way. Where a gentleman will respect his own values, follow them, but respect the next person's.
Yeah.
So yes, they will both have values, and they both won't stray from those values. But one of them will respect another person's values, even if they aren't the same as yours.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about being a gentleman, is completely respecting the person next to you.
Yeah.
Respecting the person's values, culture,
Time.
whatever it is, and we see it every single day. We are blessed enough to work in an environment where you see young gentlemen growing up, you see the gentlemen or men role models they have, and it's very quick to see which of them have men as role models and which of them have gentlemen as their role models. It's so quick to pick up, because that kid that holds the door, that kid that walks to the car door and gives his mom a kiss goodbye, doesn't just get out the car because he's trying to be a cool cat. The kid that the child that lets his mom carry his bag to the car versus the boy that carries his bag and asks mom, can I help you carry that, and still opens the door with all his bags in his bag. That's the difference that we see, and it's small things. It's those very small things that literally separates a man from being a gentleman.
It's crazy how we're speaking about it as parents as well. That you are raising a daughter as a girl, and one day you want her to be treated like a princess, like how you are treating her.
Yep.
That's why you would kill any boy that's gonna come in and abuse her or whatever. So all these little things and traits are the stuff that I'm raising a son as well. I want him to get to a point whereby he can come to his mom and say, Mom, I love you. Be open and upfront about, I love you, Mom, or I'm opening the door for Mom. Mom, can I get you something to drink? Or Mom, do you want to put your feet up, or because you have had a long day and whatnot. It's so crazy that you're saying the difference between a man, a gentleman and a man. It's those little things. You walk into a bus, a public bus, and there's a lady that is standing, you'll know for sure that a woman cannot stand and you're sitting down.
Well, and it's a thing that happens everywhere. You're talking about a public bus, happens everywhere. I mean, like we work in a school, we have meetings.
And people don't let the ladies walk through the door first. You don't. If there's a chair, and there's not enough chairs in the staff room meeting, get up. Find another chair.
Yeah, give the lady
the chair, or whatever it is.
We are, and I mean, like, obviously, look, we're not saying if you don't do that all the time that you're a bad man or anything.
No, I'm not 100%. You know,
because people.
We can't sugarcoat it.
Hold on, I'm just saying sometimes. No, Rudy will say that, but then we'll have a time where he doesn't by mistake, and then that would mean that he's never a gentleman again, which is what I'm saying. Sometimes, what I'm saying is consciously make the right decisions. Consciously.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I think
sometimes
if it's
we're not really conscious.
If it's ingrained, you most likely aren't supposed to remember it and forget
100%. But that's what I'm saying. So sometimes you might not think, like, let's just give an example. If you're walking into the office with Punzarat, you guys are walking. Now you're talking, but you're not paying attention to where you're going, and you're walking first. But you weren't even conscious that you're walking together. What I'm saying is,
but it doesn't deplete the fact
that doesn't deplete the fact that you're a gentleman, because oftentimes people say things and people take it as absolute.
It's a once-off.
So I just wanted to say, like, just consciously make the right decisions.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it was actually crazy that we're speaking about this now, because the last time we recorded on the way home, Tryston played a song for me, okay? Because he knows I'm into country music, love country music, and he's like, I've got a song from Post Malone, and I want you to listen. I'm like, okay, because I've never really been a fan of him, but
you didn't like it.
And then he played the song for me, and the song's called Yours. Please, guys, really, if
it's only on YouTube.
It's only on YouTube at the moment, but really, if you're a father with a daughter.
It's not even a single. It's a song that
he's on
created
Spotify
for his daughter. Is it?
Yeah, it's on Spotify now. But the whole point of the story, like of the song, is in the one that he played for me. The guy saw me. He's like, listen, I've got a daughter. She's 2 years old, and I've written a song for her, and it's about when she gets married one day. And he says it's a long time until that date.
It's a long time.
But and he talks about it, and throughout the song, he goes, you know, she might be walking to you on that day, but I saw her walking first. She might be wearing a white dress, but her first dress was pink.
Yeah.
And you know, and then right at the end he goes, you might love her now, but I've loved her forever. And just because she takes your last name doesn't mean that she's yours. And I'm like, I listened to it probably about 500 times in that first week, and you will cry as a father of a daughter. You will cry, but the thing is that it's not wrong. It's not far off the truth. Because it really is like that. I mean, you as your daughter, that is your princess, and
definitely.
you know, you want the best for her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll make jokes all the time that I'm going to move to Alaska so that no one can get to Dakota. But I mean, that's not true. I mean, at the end of the day,
but as a father, that's why you give a ring and say, you know what, you are my little girl.
I wanted. I mean, of course, I wanted to find love like I found it with Kaylee, but I want that person that does find love with her to treat her like
to be twice the man that
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
And if he beats me at golf, then he's not allowed to.
He's not a good man.
No.
Anyway, in the comment section, let us know. The first question was when we said until men and women are open and upfront about who they are, love is always going to be a game. What is your definition of honest feedback in a relationship, and how do you handle it if you are in a relationship? If you are married as well, let us know how long you've been married for, and how have you managed to maneuver through all these nitty-gritties to ensure that your relationship is successful or your marriage is successful for that matter. Then the second one again is being a gentleman. What differentiates a gentleman to a man? And Rudi said, guys, can you stop with this? I'm trying to ignore this last. I'm talking to people who are important. Man. Jeez. What's the plus monitor here? You need to write names and you got a demerit. You've got a demerit, both of you, yeah? You're staying for detention.
Tough time.
But yeah, I lost.
Anyway, the difference between a gentleman and a man. Ladies, I think it's easier for ladies to come through and say, for you, what is the definition of a gentleman? And for gents, what is the definition of, do you regard yourself as a gentleman? Anyway, gentlemen fellas, we're carrying on.
Gentlemen fellas,
I love that.
That's like a new podcast name.
Right, gentlemen fellas.
So Tender's next podcast. Gentlemen fellas.
New shirts.
Tryston here is the only one that doesn't have a child.
Yep.
I still remember, let me not lie and say, when I was growing up, I always pictured myself as a dad and what I was going to do as a dad. Because none of the things that I'm doing now did I sort of write down and say, the day that he was going to be born, I'm going to stay in that incubator, in that ICU, and stay with him and not talk to anyone.
It's hard to squeeze if you're both in the incubator.
No, not incubator, in the
incubator.
Yeah, in the thing room, whatever we call it.
Put the squeeze.
Tryston, do you ever, as a single person, ever look at yourself 10 years down the line and say, how am I going to look like as a father?
He's not single, first of all.
Kelly's watching.
He's not married.
You said as a single person.
As a
non-married
person. Who
but he's in a committed relationship. It's the same thing.
Okay, non-married who
You want him
doesn't
to
have
be
a child.
killed,
You guys done?
Kelly, sorry, Kelly, I love you. Can't wait for us to meet, yeah? Right?
That was a dig.
Yeah.
That was a dig at you.
That's okay. It happens all the time. Are you guys done now?
Yes,
Yeah, we
okay,
get
okay,
it.
talk to us.
Yeah.
No. I
You
don't.
never.
I don't like to imagine things that I actually have no idea.
But you realize that is always with gents. Gents never. I don't know, Rudy. Did you ever picture yourself as a dad?
It's
Because
not-
I never. But women do. Girls do.
Oh, so let me finish. I was still talking. I just took a dramatic pause. So no, because I don't know how it feels. So it's difficult to put myself in a situation. I'm not saying that I'm never going to be one. I'm saying I can't tell you anything because I have no clue. Does that mean that I wouldn't be prepared for it if it happened? No. But does it mean that I'm gonna pretend like I know something that I don't?
No.
No, I don't know. I have no clue.
But I kind of sense like it's a gents thing. Rudy, did you ever picture yourself as a dad? Like I'm gonna be a dad to a daughter or a son, whatever the case may be.
It's not that it was not something that ever sort of crossed my mind. I mean, I knew I wanted to eventually settle down, being in a relationship, and I suppose at the end of it, it did cross my mind that, you want that perfect picture at the end, family, white picket fence, child or children, but nothing.
White picket fence.
No, but it was something that I wanted, but I don't think I want to be a father. When I'm a father, I'm going to do this and that.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest with you, I didn't really know I was going to be a father until, even when Katie was pregnant, the thought didn't really happen. It didn't click until her water broke at 2 a.m, and I was like,
It only clicked.
And I was like, what?
The day
It's
that I was
really
in theater, and boom, this thing comes out. And guess what? I like when he was born, he was like this.
when did
We still have photos of him like this. Literally.
we don't hear that?
One
Yeah.
hand.
Literally.
Sounds
It's true though. It's true though. I can even point out when we do the edit, yeah, it's gonna be there. Like literally I was sleeping like that. It's like, this is a savage. This is so me right there. I love this.
And you have the most sensitive one.
And I've got the most sensitive.
I was gonna say super sensitive.
Yeah, promise you, I was like this guy. And I'm like, so ever since that
I'll find
particular
this
day, the 29th of Jan, that's when it then clicked like, crap, I'm a father. When we went for the first sauna thing in about
Still don't
3 months, they're like, oh well, then you come with the photos. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a blur.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
They say this is a boy, but I don't see anything. But anyway, that's what the doctor said. But then what I'm trying to come back to is, I think that's the reason why a lot of times, God forbid, when the wife or the mom dies before, then the dad is left with the kids. It's always going to be tough for a dad to raise. Which, yes, there are a lot of dads that are raising kids on their own, but it's
And
really
kudos to them.
it couldn't. Like it's hard work. I mean, when Pumza lives here and she goes for 3-4 weeks, it's already like, yeah, or even 2 weeks. I'm already feeling the pressure. Now imagine
It's hard.
Imagine if the mom passes and it's
Yeah.
the dad that has to deal with the girl that is gonna go for a period and whatnot, and the mood swings and all that. So for girls, when girls are growing up, they do tea parties as a play date and whatnot.
I know.
Me and my kids and whatnot.
I'm confused.
It's always easier when a woman becomes a mom. But why is it difficult for us gents to sort of adapt that from a young age? Then it's going to be easier for us to raise our kids as individuals.
I don't know if it's
I
as
won't lie
hard.
to you, bro. You lost me in that whole circle, so Rudy can answer.
No,
I'm lost.
I just don't think it's as complicated, because that's exactly what you said. Is you overcomplicating sort of that idea of, yes, being a father, like we've spoken about in many podcasts before. There's certain things that a father does in a household. There's certain things that a mother does in a household, and at different times, some person has to step up. And like we said, kudos to the dads that are raising a child alone for whatever reason that is. But at the end of the day, and we go on to try not to step too far away, like a gentleman or whatever, a man, a person in that situation will try and do and try and be as much as he can as he knows. I mean, when Dakota was born, even at the hospital, there were so many people there, and I'm like, yo, it's not real yet. Until my parents left the hospital, we left the hospital, we got in the car, and we drove in, and we had to carry baby inside, and now she's there, and I'm going, what now?
So we're going with this.
Like,
now.
what is this?
We're going with that.
So that's when it really hit me. And obviously this all goes back to the question to Tristan. You're never gonna be ready. And all the things of how you want to be when I'm gonna be this kind of dad, and this is what I'm gonna stand up for, and this is what it all goes out the window.
The
Because
principles come as we go.
and literally, everything is learned on the fly. Yes, certain values and certain morals and whatever, that'll be instinctive. But I think if you, like you said earlier, how are you wanting to be a dad, or you saw yourself as a father, or maybe the way that you saw yourself as a father completely changes, because that little child will dictate the type of father you will be.
Exactly.
It changes you, and it is so different. It's scary, it's daunting, and it's amazing at the same time. With a little girl, it's crazy because you can't be tough. It's a little princess.
Because she's soft.
She's soft.
You have to be soft and firm at the same time.
You can't.
Yeah. Shame.
Yeah,
this guy knows nothing about
great.
parenting. And
You talk rubbish. You're around codes all the time, Tristan.
Yeah.
tell me, if one was to say you are going to be my daughter or my son's godfather, what does that entail? This is outside of the boundaries of what we're talking about.
You mean, what does that mean? As in,
Yes.
like, you
What does
don't
it mean
know?
to you?
What does it mean to you if someone comes to you and says, Tats, I want you to be my son's goddad?
Well, I would expect to be a part of their lives generally, because otherwise, how could I fulfill the parent's role if they ever were to pass away? It's not possible if I don't know the child, like know them, like part of their lives. So I think it puts the responsibility on me, even if I have kids of my own, of being involved in that child's life, in the eventuality or in case.
Just saying, I'll be
eventuality.
a great godfather.
Sure. So
Is that a no?
It's already,
I didn't say that. I
It's
said
already
sure.
campaigning.
I just said
He
sure.
just brushed you off already. He just literally.
I just stopped the conversation. It wasn't about him.
Yeah.
It was about the conversation.
Kelly will
stopping.
talk.
Sure.
Kelly,
So
Kelly, just so you know, I've been a father for 10 years, and my son has been, I think he's grown up to be a good person, and not saying much, but I'm just saying I've been a dad for 10 years, so yeah.
I've accomplished 1 4. Yes.
I like football.
Grapes.
I just think, and this is just my general thing, is this: if first of all, I think as a parent, I'm not a parent, but if I was one, that choice has to be someone that you know is going to be around. You can't have like the fairy godmother story.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
Because it's a serious hat to wear.
Yeah.
It's not just because we are friends now and you're gonna be a goddad. Because what happens 3-4 years down the line and you decide, okay, up and living, and you cancel everyone else that you left behind.
Especially if they're not like that's the thing. If I just say I was the coach's godparent, which I'm not, but if I was, and I'm a part of her life, that thing that you're talking about, him cutting me off, it couldn't happen because I am a part of that
Because now you're
child's life.
part of the child's life, yes.
And the child knows that.
You know, this, funny enough, how we do this every time, we deviate crazy, but there's someone to bring it back, is it comes down to again values.
Yeah, exactly.
It comes down to the values of the person that you choose. When we're talking about a godfather specifically, you want an absolute gentleman to be that godfather. One, he needs to be a person either leads your son in a way that he becomes a gentleman to the next girl, or he teaches your daughter what she deserves later in marriage and as in motherhood, and what she deserves and all those things, that he takes over the values that you want her or him to have. It's a scary reality to think about.
It's not something that you're just gonna say bro, I like you, you're my best friend, can you be goddad? You can't. It's just you can't. This green drink is something else. Anyway, gents, we're wrapping it up. Anything else that you want to add on gentlemen, love, and
A gentleman lets his daughter paint his nails.
oh, there you go. So Rudy gets here in the morning. Sorry, not in the morning. Rudy gets here and is like,
For his close up, look at his nails.
Look at the close up. Yes,
So beautiful. And
She did well though. She's only 4.
She did well. She did really well.
This one was pink, but then she's
I
changed
still
it.
remember
This boy's like
the Rock once posted on his Instagram and this girl
Yeah, the
was
same.
putting on makeup on
Yeah.
him and
Yeah.
geez,
Let it happen.
yeah.
Let it happen.
Yeah. I don't have a daughter, so I'm looking forward to that. My twins are coming, so one of them is gonna be a girl. So yeah, she's gonna put some bish, bash.
Huh?
What are you pregnant?
No, he's talking is in faith.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Expecting twins.
If you that's how you're gonna announce the pregnancy on like a show like that, you gotta prepare us somehow.
Did
That
hit you hard?
I did.
I was like,
That
damn.
means faith has worked right now.
Okay.
Were you hurt or happy?
Were you hurt or happy?
Happy.
Oh.
Happy.
Happy.
I was very happy.
You're gonna hug me, but you didn't hug me.
You were gonna say,
I was
"So
like,
we should
"Daughter."
you happy birthday."
You're gonna say, dude, well done. You hit it well, right?
Okay, Stefan, close
You're a
it.
great
Anyway,
Wrap it up, Rudy. Tryston is gonna wrap it up as well.
I don't know how I'm gonna do that. However, I shall try once Rudi has spoken next on the Man Podcast.
Guys, I think we should just end off with what we expect a gentleman to be. We're going to name 2 values that we see as a gentleman. Once we've all said our 2 each, you will close us. Mine is respect and honesty.
Mine is kindness and honesty.
Mariarius?
Respect and empathy.
I like that as well.
I like that. I like that.
So, in closing, I won't use my special voice. I'll speak like myself. We've spoken about a lot today, and thank you for coming along this journey with us, with the amount of turns that we tend to take. Thank you for sticking with us through the times we weren't posting. We had been away, but we are back. Thank you to the gents for being back. Thank you for staying with us again. And to all the men out there, let's all do our best to be the best gentleman that we can be. To the ladies out there, help your man bring out the gentleman in him and foster and nurture that gentleman to become the best person that he can be, because that will be the best person for you. We love you. Thank you so much. Remember to smash the subscribe and join buttons, as they say. Pew, 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 pew.
We don't like violence, man. Why are you smashing things?
Okay.
But you're smashing the
stop
buttons.
smashing things, man. Now if you smash it, you're gonna break the phone or you break the remote. No. Press it, guys. Kindness, softness, yeah?
Bye.
He's taking gentle too
Bye.
seriously.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers.